Hello there. I think we're live. We are. Good, good, good. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking in today and welcome to the latest OET All-Star session with Swoosh English. My name's Scott. I'm an expert OET teacher at Swoosh English, and it's great to see everyone again, or really, shall I say, see everyone across the internet. But also it's good to be reacquainted with everyone who has come along to another session today. So hope everyone is well. And yeah, I appreciate everyone giving some of their time today to come along and do some additional OET preparation. So first and foremost, you're obviously watching today on Swoosh's channels or on the OET official YouTube channel. Wherever you are watching, we're going to be making use of that chat that chat box today, somewhere around your screen. So let's get started. The first thing I'd like everyone to do today is just simply to introduce themselves. So somewhere around that chat box on your screen, if you're watching on a mobile or watching on a computer, and just say your name, where you're from as well. And it'll be good to obviously to announce some people's names, say hello to everyone, and just help create a nice community as well. I'm from Ireland, and it's currently 9:03 a.m. in the morning, nice and early. I'm sure for some of you, it's going to be pretty early in the morning too, even earlier than now, or even quite late in the evening as well. So hello to Dolly, Masum, Sai, and Mala over on the OET official channel. You've all said good evening. Well, and some of you said good morning. So a nice international bunch that come in today. But yeah, keep the introductions coming, flowing in. Gloria has said good morning as well. Welcome to Gloria. We got Shani over, has said hello to us over on our channel as well. Hello to Shani. And Shani is currently in Dubai in UAE. Hope you're enjoying the Dubai summer, Shani. I know it's very hot this time of the year over there at this point. And we have Ulafasayo has said hello as well. Hello to Ulafasayo. And then hello to Chani. And hello to everyone else that's coming across and saying hello. We got Tebet, Francisca, Christina, and Krishani have also said hello. Danya has also said good morning as well. And Tebet is from Turkey. Very good. Thank you very much, guys. The more detail I get, the more I can just speak to people today versus just speaking across the internet. So thank you very much, guys. Without further ado, let's just get stuck into our session today. And our session today is going to be on, just give me a second to bring up my PowerPoint presentation. The session today is going to be on OET listening. So in particular today, we're going to look at a very, very quick step-by-step guide on how to score highly in listening part C. So we're looking specifically at listening part C. And in particular, we're looking at this lovely thing in listening part C called a distractor today. We want to be able to identify distractors because they are a common reason why we lose marks in listening part C, and we want to learn how to avoid them. So I'm going to go through a few quick strategies today that you can take away and apply by yourself. But at the very end of our mini lesson today, we're going to go into a Q&A. Where I'm going to give some time at the end of this session and allow you to ask your OET questions to me and have them answered. So make sure you stay around until the very end after the mini lesson listening part C today to ask me whatever questions you have about OET today. It can be listening part C, it can be anything else. Okay. So just before we get into the session today, obviously you're taking part in a free session today. Well, the good news is that beyond the OET All-Star session, we at Swoosh English have a bunch of other free materials that we can give. And one in particular is that every week we run a free OET Masterclass. Okay, so every week we have 2 sessions that we run, one on Thursday and one on Friday. It's also recorded if you want to watch it back, which is nice. So in that OET Masterclass, you'll get expert tips and strategies to pass OET. You'll learn the most common reasons for failure and how to avoid them. We can help you develop an OET passing mindset, and you'll get a bonus Q&A in that session where you can ask me your questions at the very end. So if you're interested, it is a completely free session that we run every single week on how to pass OET. There's a few things that you can do. So first and foremost, guys, there's going to be a link appearing in the chat box that you are seeing now on your screen. So if you're interested, click on that link that has appeared in that chat box and get signed up as you have it right now too. Okay. The second thing that you can do is you can get your phone out and scan that QR code. That QR code will take you over to the registration page to sign up for your free spot in our weekly OET Fast Pass Masterclasses. The last thing that you can do, and I recommend everyone does this anyway, is, well, why not come on over to www.swooshenglish.com. That is our website. And around the bottom right-hand side of the screen on our website, you'll see a little button that says Chat with Us. Not only are our friendly course advisors there to help you with your options for passing your OET as quickly and easily as possible, but all you have to do is ask them, I would like to join the free masterclass, and they will help you with that preparation link as well. So first and foremost, guys, click the link that's appeared in the chat box today, and that will get you signed up for our free masterclasses. Let me know if you're interested in joining our masterclasses as well, guys. Say, I want to join the masterclass in the chat box as well, and we'll have a look at those comments at the end of the class. So let's get into our OET session today. But first and foremost, I've got a question for everyone today. Quick question for you is, let me know in the chat box, when do you plan to take your OET exam? So let me know, please, because I want to know if your exam is maybe tomorrow, hopefully not, and you're resting today and feeling confident for your big exam. Maybe it's in 2 weeks' time, maybe it's in a month's time, maybe it's in 2 months' time, maybe it's longer, maybe you haven't booked yet. So let me know in the chat box, when do you plan to take your OET exam? And a bonus question, I suppose, is how do you feel about your OET exam at this point, guys? How are you feeling about your preparation? So thank you. We got some great comments coming in already. Christina has said in November. Well, how are you feeling about your preparation at this point in November? I'm getting tongue-tied, guys. I'm sorry. Christina, let's try that again. How are you feeling about your preparation going into your exam in November? Let me know. Thank you. We got Gatha says September. Sai said October. Saba said 28th of October. Gloria in 2 weeks' time. Abhishek, 28 days' time. Sarpomat, August 31st. Kushani has said August. Masum has said September. We got Taybet and Dolly have said October and November as well. So we got a nice bunch of candidates who are taking their exam in a very short period of time, which is in a couple of weeks, for example, with Gloria. Some are taking it in the next number of months. So all that matters, guys, is that I want everyone going into their OET exam feeling confident, feeling ready, and feeling prepared as a whole. Kumo has set the 31st of November for their exam as well. Okay. Oh, Christina said that they're signing with Swoosh English. Thank you very much, Christina. That is amazing. We have Lindsay has said October, maybe. So Lindsay's thinking about the exam at this point as well. Very good. Lindsay, my advice to you would be, if you're thinking about it at this point, I would like you to be ready and feel like you're ready before you're going to take your OET exam. That's my biggest advice for you today. We have Cindy has said October, and Annette has said October as well, guys. So rule of thumb, guys, I'm going to go full screen for this, is I want everyone to feel prepared for their exam before they take their exam, okay? So if you're on the fence, and that's an idiom for I'm not sure which option to take, I'm on the fence about what exam I'm going to take or when I'm going to take my exam, then just give yourself some time to step back, think, pause, and prepare, and make sure you're ready before you take your exam. Everyone else who has their exam date locked in, make sure that you are preparing as effectively as you can for your exam as a whole. Okay, that's my advice today for everyone. Now, let's get into, thank you very much. Let's get into our mini section today on OET Listening Part C. We're looking specifically at identifying these lovely things called distractors. I'm sure you're aware of them, and how to avoid getting caught out by them. So we're going to look at a mini strategy today and do some practice as well to show you what you should be aware of and thinking of in your further preparation that you are doing. Okay, but let's start off with a brief overview of Listening Part C. What's Listening Part C all about? Well, Listening Part C is the longest section of listening, and you have to typically listen to 2 extracts in Listening Part C. They are usually an interview where it's a dialogue between 2 different people speaking, and then also a presentation, which is a monologue. You have one person speaking the entire time. You have typically 4 to 5 minutes per extract. So you have 4 to 5 minutes of listening time and also time to complete your questions per extract. And in that time, you have to answer 6 3-option multiple choice questions for each extract. So that is 12 questions in total, 6 questions per extract, and you're doing 2 extract, but 4 to 5 minutes for each one. And in Listening Part C, what are you being assessed on? You're being assessed on your ability to listen for detail and identify the speaker's opinion and attitude. And these 3 words here are very important for your Listening Part C ability, guys. You have to be able to identify somewhat vague gray language, suggestive language, opinions, and attitudes, okay? And that's why distractors are so fun, because sometimes opinions will change, or a false opinion will be presented, or we're picking up a fact when we should be picking up an opinion. So identifying opinion attitude is crucial to Listening Part C, okay? So because there's going to be a lot of opinions coming your way, there's going to be these things called distractors coming your way as well. So what are distractors, okay? So a distractor is a piece of information in the text which may contain words or phrases from one of the answer options, making it look like the correct answer. So you're going to see language from a lot of different answer options. You're going to hear language, from a lot of the different answer options in the text. Okay, you're going to hear everything usually being said one way or the other. Okay, but you have to listen carefully because these answers are incorrect for various reasons, and you have to be able to identify why they are incorrect. So the purpose of this distractor is to be misleading. You are going to be misled in Listening Part C unless you are aware that this is going to happen and you have the abilities to listen for the language, the phrases, and the terminologies being used to help you identify the correct answer. So please take this away, guys. You're going to hear misleading answers in Listening Part C. So what we want to do is we want to avoid falling into the trap of the first thing that we hear. It sounds like some of the words I have here. That's the correct answer. Write it down. Okay. We have to be able to do better than that. We have to identify everything about that answer, making it correct or incorrect. So it's really important that we avoid falling into that trap of distractors, because it happens to a lot of candidates earlier in their OET prep, or they're not ready to prepare and identify distractors. So it's important that we learn how to spot them first and foremost. We must spot these distractors happening and be aware of our strategy for spotting them and overcoming them. So let's have a look at distractors practice, okay? Now, here is a sample prompt that you'll get in Listening Part C. For example, you will hear an occupational therapist called Tom Evans giving a presentation about research into lifestyle changes for older patients, okay? So we know this is a monologue. It's one person speaking. It's a presentation. The person is an occupational therapist. Their name is Tom Evans, and they're talking about research into lifestyle changes for older patients, okay? So it's probably good to identify what kind of listening we're going to hear. Presentation means we'll hear one person. There'll be gaps between when they speak for pacing. There's going to be one person speaking in this presentation, okay? Then you'll have a sample question a bit like this. Now, it's really important that before we listen, that we are crystal clear about what the question is, what the answer options are, and what language we should be identifying in these question prompts and answer prompts that are suggestive of opinion and attitude. Okay. The more we go into the listening prepared for what we're listening for and what we shouldn't be listening for, I'll say that again. What we are listening for and should be aware is correct and incorrect because we're listening for everything, right? Okay. So let's have a look together about how we can start to break down these words. All right. So the first step phrase we want to identify in this question option is what feature. So we're listening for a feature of a Danish study. So something about the study most impressed Tom. So we're listening out for something that Tom thought was amazing, was fantastic, was brilliant, was excellent, was exciting. Something like this, something that really impressed someone they thought was absolutely fantastic. Okay. Now, the answer options are the following. A, the long period over which data was collected. So we're listening out for something that suggests long periods. Okay, a long period. What language can you think of that suggests a length of time that is long? Then we have B, a wide range of patient groups represented. So we got language like wide range, a lot of different people, different nationalities, different age groups, different ethnicities, etc. of patient groups represented. And then C, the large number of respondents involved. Okay, so what feature of the Danish study most impressed Tom? The long period over which data was collected, the wide range of patient groups represented, or C, the large number of respondents involved. Now, these three words are really important. These adjectives here, long, wide, and large. So you're probably going to hear about periods. You're probably going to hear about patient groups. You're probably going to hear about number of respondents. Were they long? Were they wide? Were they large? And most importantly, did they impress Tom? So that's what we're listening out for, okay? We're also going to have to listen out for anything that suggests that A, B, or C is incorrect because there could and likely will be distractors that come along the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read the transcript here out to you. And I want you to see if you can answer these options first and foremost, okay? So here goes. Many small-scale studies have been conducted with a similar focus over several years, but I felt the Danish study was particularly persuasive because of its scope. It had over 8,000 subjects and was conducted over 25 years. But most crucial is the fact that it involved people from different backgrounds, analyzed in terms of their general health, education, and economic status. That is what, in my view, sets it apart from many other investigations, which have tended to use more opportunistic sampling. Okay, so that's what you would hear, and that is how you would find your answer based on those options. Does anyone want to have a go at the answer option here based on what they've listened to? Okay, does anyone have a go? So put your comments into the chat box. Do you think it's A, B, or C? Don't worry if you didn't get it. The purpose of this exercise is not to do mock practice. The purpose of this exercise is to identify distractors together. But if we think that we know, then give your answer anyway. Why not do some mock listening part C practice? So write down A, B, or C. All right. Now, let's get into the answer analysis. All right. So let's first and foremost look at answer option A, which is the long period over which data was collected. Okay, so what we have here, it said, yes, conducted over 25 years. All right, so we got some attitude, we got some language here that suggests, yes, a long period of data over 25 years was added there. So that's okay. We also have the large number of respondents involved that was specified here at over 8,000 subjects. So we know there's a large number there. Then we have B, most importantly, the wide range of patient groups represented. It says here, the most crucial is the fact that it involved people from different backgrounds. So we have different backgrounds set here as well, which is pretty amazing. This is the right answer. And the reason why it's the right answer is because we were looking at the phrase most impressed. Most impressed. Now, what's the phrase that identifies Tom's attitude on this? And that is the most crucial fact. So crucial is synonymous to impressive here. There's nothing here that talks about Tom's impression of 8,000 subjects, so we can avoid the large number of respondents involved. There's nothing here which really talks about Tom's impressiveness on the long period at which data was collected. He said it was particularly persuasive because of its scope, but the attitude and opinion we have here is the most crucial fact, that it involved people from different backgrounds, and that is why that is the correct answer. Okay, so as you can see in this activity here, and in lots of other listening part C activities, you're going to see different answer options be referenced. There's going to be words and terminology, which is going to be paraphrased with one of the answer options, but we have to listen deeper to identifying this attitude and opinion. And that's why we get the right answer and how we identify the incorrect answers as a whole, guys. Okay, so that was option number one. Let's have a look at a second example together now. Okay, so we have Tom feels that one finding of his own research into dancing is particularly important because it A, can inform other studies on aging, B, relates to a previously neglected area, or C, touches an issue that affects so many people. So let's start looking at the words and phrases that we need to identify. So Tom feels that one finding, we're listening out for one particular piece of evidence of his own research. Now, what does that suggest? That the fact that own research has been highlighted. There might be other research being referenced in the listening section that isn't his. That could be a distractor. So we need to listen out for something that indicates his research. Into dancing is particularly important. So something suggesting of importance here. What words and phrases is he going to use to stress the importance of something here? Okay. Then we look at the answer options. A, can inform other studies on aging. So something that directly references this study is good for other studies. B, relates to a previously neglected area. So something that used to not get much attention. And then C, touches an issue that affects so many people. Okay, so this is what we're doing in our answer analysis before we get into our listening exercises. We want to find the key words that we're listening out for that suggest attitude or opinion. And we want to be very clear about what the question is asking us to do, the question prompt here. Okay, so here is the listening extract. I'm going to read it out. Turning now to my own research work on the potential value of dancing in older age. For this study, my team recruited 20 people in their 60s to do some weekly exercise sessions. 10 people were taught dance routines and the other 10 did brisk walking. After 3 months, people in both subgroups saw an augmentation in the hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for memory and learning. This finding confirms that of many other studies conducted over the years. However, our dance group participants also developed much better balance than the walkers, and there was a reduction in the number of falls amongst them. The incidence of these is so common and has such dire consequences that I feel this finding is of potential value, despite the fact that it was a small-scale undertaking and needs further investigation. Okay, now let's analyze our question and answer options and go along with it. Go along with it with me, shall we say. Okay, so A, can inform other studies on aging. This has been deemed to be an incorrect statement. However, there is a distractor that you might pick up here while listening. This finding confirms that of many other studies conducted over the years. Okay, so there is something here that does inform other studies on aging. But is there anything talking about a one finding into own research that is particularly important? No, there's nothing here, but it is referenced. Let's look at B. relates to a previously neglected area. All right, so this is referenced here as well. The finding confirms that many other studies conducted over the years. All right, so that same section there refers to the same part as a whole. It's not right either. Now let's look at C. Touch is an issue that affects so many people. Now let's have a look. Here it says, the incidence of these is so common and has such dire consequences that I feel this finding is of potential value. So we get two references here. First and foremost, the incidence is so common. Paraphrasing, affects so many people. So we've got something that references this language here, which is important. But then we also have, I feel this finding is of potential value. Therefore, reflecting the particularly important part. Okay, so as you can see, in two of these exercises here, everything's been referenced in terms of the topic, but only one thing has actually answered the question prompt, and that is the attitude and opinion part. So we need to be identifying what attitude and opinion, in particular, I'm going to go back to this part here, we need to identify what attitude and opinion needs to be listened out for in the exercise itself. We need to identify that straight away. And when we do, then we have to listen out for something that expresses that attitude and opinion while identifying distractors. Because as you can see, the other answer options were referenced, but they weren't correct as a whole. Okay, so that is a brief foray into listening part C. I think we've got some takeaways from today, but let's go through some further top tips that you can exercise yourself. Okay, here is your technique. Start by identifying the keywords in the question. Then we want to carefully read the answer options to understand how they are different. Then we want to be prepared for distractors. Listen carefully to ensure you choose the correct answer, while also listening out for that attitude of opinion. It can help to eliminate incorrect answer options as you listen to. Now, we want to ultimately have done our work in part 1 and part 2, identifying the keywords and identifying what we need to listen out for attitude and opinion. Then we need to listen out for the words or phrases that signal the speaker's opinion or attitude. That is what is going to help you get the correct answer. Knowing what attitude and opinion we have to identify, and then listening out for the phrases which identify that. Okay, guys. So hope you found that useful. It's a lot for you to take away today in terms of attitude and opinion. If you're looking for more support from us at Swoosh English, well, as a reminder, we offer free OET Masterclasses every Friday at 11 a.m. UK time, as well as a session at 5 p.m. UK time on Thursday. We go into a lot more detail about all aspects of OET, even touching on listening part C exercises too. So if you want to join us to learn even more expert tips and strategies to pass your OET exam, to learn the most common reasons for failure and how to avoid them, how to develop an OET passing mindset, really important for everyone taking their exam. And if you want to ask even more questions in the Q&A to help you out with your exam, well, this session is just perfect for you. So how to join? Once again, I've put that link into the chat, guys. The link is in the chat today. You need to click on that link and access that link there as a whole. Okay, so do that. If you find the link. Now, you might not be able to see the link for whatever reason, guys. If so, then if you're watching on YouTube, you can just access the description in YouTube and click the link there. But if you want to try another way, then all you have to do is get your phone out, scan the barcode that you see on your screen with your phone, and it'll take you to the sign up page as well. The final thing that you can do is, well, come on over to us at www.swooshenglish.com. And on the bottom right-hand side of the screen here, you see a mini chat with us button. Clicking that button, on the other end of that chat line is our friendly course advisors. So they're there to answer all of your questions about your OET preparation as a whole. But most importantly, if you want to join that masterclass, just simply ask them, I want to join the masterclass, and they will give you that sign up link there as a whole. Okay, but the easiest way is to click on that link that's appeared in the chat and get signed up to our free masterclass ASAP. I'll see you there in that session. Okay, guys. So that's the end of the mini session today. Thank you very much, of course, for giving me your time. I hope that you found it useful. I'm now going to run a 10 to 15 minute Q&A session. So if you've got any more questions about today's lesson or anything else about OET as a whole, well, then now it's time for you to ask your questions in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them today in the chat. So make use of this time to have an OET expert on hand to answer your questions, and I'll be very happy to help you out today, guys. So let's get some questions started. And thank you, guys, everyone. I'm seeing everyone's participation in the listening exercise today. Thank you so much for going along with that exercise. I'm seeing a lot of people say that it was incredibly useful. I'm seeing even you're talking amongst each other about what the answer was and why it wasn't what it was. That is absolutely fantastic, guys. That's what I want to see. I want to see everyone go into the details of describing and answering the options. And a lot of you got the correct answer with the last one as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, great. So we got PDS who said, thank you so much. You're very welcome, PDS. Thank you very much for coming along today. I can't bring your comment on the screen because you're in the YouTube channel, but I'm reading the comments as they come along, guys. So fantastic work. Okay, so guys, keep the questions coming. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm seeing them all on the screen right now. I'm here to answer them. So make use of this time and ask me your questions. I got one question that's come up so far saying, hi Scott, what's in the OET Masterclass? What can I do to join? So that's a great question. In the OET Masterclass that we run every week, we do a lot of different practice and materials inside those sessions. What we typically do is I help to identify candidates' needs for their OET exam, see how far away or how close they are to passing their exam. We then go through some mini strategies for every section of the exam: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. I help identify what is needed to have a strong OET passing mindset. We identify common things that candidates do and things that candidates don't. We help them do more of the do's and do less of the don'ts. We go through the various pathways to passing the exam and passing it successfully. And then we talk about some next steps for effective OET preparation, as well as have a Q&A at the very end to help. So these sessions are very, 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 very popular. And a lot of people say it's the first touch point I've had with OET has been in these OET masterclasses. And it's given me so much confidence in taking the next steps for my exam. So come along, guys, to the session. I'm going to post that link back into the chat box one more time so everyone has it. That's how you get access to that masterclass, guys. And I can't wait to see everyone in that session. Okay. Salma has asked a question. I'm looking for reading materials. Where can I find useful ones? Well, first and foremost, Salma, go to the OET official website. That is where you'll have a bank of official listening materials or reading materials on the website. But secondly, Salma, come on over to us at Swoosh English and give our team a question. I'm going to actually bring this up on the screen, guys, now, if you give me a second. I'm going to bring up a screen to our website. I'm going to show you how we can help you get access to some of our materials that we have on listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a banner here. All right. So the banner here is our website, www.swooshenglish.com. That is the first place that you want to go. And when you come to the website, you will see something like this. Okay. So on our website, you'll come here. On the bottom right-hand side here, you've got a little button here that says chat with us. Okay. So if you start your inquiry here, chat with us, we will give you access to our reading materials. We've got a lot of free materials and other free materials, a lot of free reading materials and other free materials. That's what I meant to say on our website. If you come over to us, get in touch with our friendly team, we're going to help you with access to the materials that you need. So Salma, that's the first thing I say that you should do is come on over to www.swooshenglish.com. See at the bottom of the screen here. And come over and just chat with us. And we're going to be happy to give you access to our bank of free materials, guides, blogs, lessons, etc. Direct you towards everything that you need to get access to preparation and study and materials. Okay, hope that answered your question, Salma. Let me know if it did or if I can be of any further help to you. Okay, right. Let's get back to the questions. Take that away for now. Question number 2, we have Suman Chowdhury. Can you underline the keywords or number Part C paragraphs with a pencil in the test day? Suman, yes, you can. You can write around the text inside the question paper, underline, highlight, whatever you have access to. That pencil can be used. What you have to be very careful of, though, Suman, is when you're doing your note taking is not to write close to the answer option circles of A, B, and C. They need to be filled out really correctly and really accurately for the machine to pick up the answer if you're doing OET on paper, okay? So be really careful about when you're doing your note taking is not to put too much pencil marking into one of the answer options, and the machine then flags that as a correct answer, okay? So yes, you can, Suman, but be very careful about where you're taking your notes as a whole, okay? Hope that answered your question. Let me know, Suman. Christina's asked a question. What strategy do I need to use for identifying more easily distractors? Well, Christina, we went through the strategy today in the session. I would just keep practicing that strategy with more examples and more prompts. So I'm going to recount what we talked about today. Understanding the question, identifying the attitude or opinion that you need to listen out for, looking at the keywords in each answer option that's going to be referenced, listen out for all of them, try and identify incorrect answers, but most importantly, be aware of that key, of that phrase that's going to suggest attitude or opinion. Rinse and repeat, ideally with guidance though, Christina, because you want to be able to get, like today with me, expert guidance that goes through the right answer and the wrong answer and helps you identify any weaknesses or additional support that you need in identifying that correct or incorrect answer, Christina. So that's what I would do. So Christina, let me know if I can be of any further support on that. Okay. So you're very welcome. We got a question here. Sarpoma, where can I get a tutor to mark my writing practice test? Sarpona, I've got one word for you, swoosh English. So Sarpona, let me know in the chat box if you would like me to reach out to you and help you with your OET writing corrections. We can help you out with that. We've got a whole suite of expert teachers and a whole suite of OET writing corrections that we can do for you, Sarpona. So let me know in the chat box if you want me to reach out and I'll be happy to help you with that. Okay. Swapnil has got a question. Sir, my exam is tomorrow. Could you please tell me some tips for tomorrow's exam? Swapnil, my ultimate tip for you today, and you might not like it, is to switch off from OET preparation. Relax. Take it easy. Don't study. Okay? Please don't study today at all, or do a little bit of minor revision, but you need to go into the exam well rested, calm, and confident. So please relax as much as you can today, which might be hard. Completely understand. We've all been there. But tomorrow is probably going to be a bit of a stressful experience, especially if it's your first time taking the exam. And what we want you to do going into that exam tomorrow is going into it as calm as possible, to keep yourself as calm as possible. If you're studying lots today, staying up late, thinking about the exam, then your stress levels will be elevated going into the exam. And believe it or not, that will impact performance. You want to keep your stress as low as possible going into the exam tomorrow. So relax, take it easy, and I wish you all the best for the exam tomorrow, Swapnil. That's my advice to you. Okay? Good luck tomorrow, Swapnil. You're very welcome, guys. Thank you very much for all of your questions and all of your support. I'm going to just go over to the other channel and see if we've got any more questions here. No, okay, good. Thank you very much, guys, for that very quick express question section. Swapnil, yes, we do have mock tests, but I recommend you don't do them today. I want you to, we do have mock tests. I'll reach out to you, Swapna, but please, please, please relax today. Please relax today and don't do too much more studying. You need to go into the exam feeling calm today. Okay, that's my recommendation to you. But yes, guys, thank you very much for all of your questions and all of your statements today. It's been really, 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 really helpful. It's good to know everyone, and it's good to know that so many people are still taking the OET exam. I feel like it's an excellent, excellent exam choice for everyone. So hope that you enjoyed this mini session on listening part C today. Go away, watch the video again. The video is going to appear on our channels very soon. You can watch it again, recite the strategies, practice the strategies a bit further. But as mentioned, the OET Masterclass is a next step for you if anyone wants to get additional preparation advice in place. Come and join that. The link is in the chat box. But also, if anyone wants to come across to us at swooshenglish.com, come to our website, which I'm going to bring up here on the screen. It's www.swooshenglish.com. Come on over, click on the button here that says chat with us, which you'll see here. And yeah, come on, have a chat with us. Ask our friendly team all your queries, all your advice about OET preparation. And we are here to help you as best as we can. Okay, guys, thank you very much for a whole. Some of you have said, can you reach out to me? My team is going to reach out to you ASAP. So actually, before I finish this section, we got a couple of people that said, I want to be reached out. Sarpoma and Swapnil in particular, okay? And Toka, anyone who wants our team to reach out to you, please send us an email, okay? I'm going to say probably the best thing for you to do right now, guys, is to send us an email, okay? So 2 things that you can do, guys, those who have asked to reach out, is send us an email at inquiries@swooshenglish.com. That's inquiries@swooshenglish.com. Swapnil, I'm speaking to you. Toka, I'm speaking to you. Sarpoma, I'm speaking to you as well, okay? If anyone wants further support and you've asked for us to reach out to you to help you as well, Salma as well, Salma, Sarpoma, Swapnil, and Toka, please send an email to inquiries@swooshenglish.com. That will get you into our inquiries box for our team to answer your questions. Alternatively, if you want, put your email into the YouTube chat that you're watching on right now. Please copy and paste your email into the email chat. I'll get my team to come and watch the chat, see the comments, and see if they can help you a bit further, okay? However, the best way for you to get in touch with us is to send us an email at inquiries@swooshenglish.com, because sometimes the emails can disappear from the chat and we can't follow up with you and it might be more difficult. So give us an email, inquiries@swooshenglish.com, for those who want a precise question or want some resources that we can help out with. We'll do that next step for you as a whole, okay? All right, guys. Well, that is the end of the session today. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for attending today. And thank you so much for putting your support in Swoosh English. I wish everyone the best of luck with their exam. If it's tomorrow, in 2 weeks' time, in a month's time, I wish everyone the best of luck. I hope that you ace your exam. And I'll see some of you maybe for the next OET All-Star session that we do very, very soon as well. So take care, guys. Have a good one. Speak soon. And bye-bye.